I was 9 months pregnant with sextuplets when I crashed my baby daddy's wedding. The church doors slammed open and every head turned to stare at me. At my massive belly stretching the cheap dress I'd bought at a thrift store. At my swollen feet in worn sneakers because nothing else fit anymore. Adrian stood at the altar in a perfect tuxedo next to his perfect bride in her perfect white dress. And his face went white when he saw me. "Stop this wedding," I said, voice carrying across the silent church. The bride, Senator Harrison's daughter, looked me up and down with disgust. Adrian's mouth opened but nothing came out. I waddled down the aisle, every step agony because 6 babies were pressing on every organ I had, and threw the manila envelope at his chest. "DNA test," I announced to the 300 guests watching with open mouths. "Proves those 6 babies in my belly are yours." Adrian caught the envelope like it was on fire. His bride snatched it from him, ripped it open, read the results, and her face went from porcelain pale to tomato red in 3 seconds. "You got someone pregnant?" she screamed. "I can explain," Adrian started. "With 6 babies? Sophia, please." She slapped him so hard the sound echoed off the vaulted ceiling. Adrian's father stood up from the front pew, a massive man in an expensive suit who ran half the organized crime on the East Coast, and his voice was deadly quiet. "Adrian, who is this person?" "Nobody," Adrian said automatically, and the word hit me like a physical blow. "Nobody." I laughed, high and hysterical. "I'm the person you fucked at your bachelor party 9 months ago." Gasps rippled through the crowd. "You said it was just drinks with the guys." Sophia turned on him. I was drunk. It didn't mean anything." "Didn't mean anything?" My voice cracked. "You told me you'd never felt that way before. You told me I was special, you said." "I was drunk," Adrian shouted, and something in me snapped. I started laughing again. Couldn't stop. Bent over with it while 6 babies kicked inside me like they were trying to escape. Then my water broke. The warm liquid gushed down my legs, soaking my dress, pooling on the white runner carpet, and the laughing turned to gasping because oh God, the contractions were starting. "The babies," I managed, gripping a pew for support. "They're coming." The church erupted into chaos. Adrian's father barked orders at his security team. Sophia was screaming at Adrian. Guests were pulling out phones, taking pictures, recording video. Adrian just stood there frozen until another contraction hit me and I screamed, and then he was moving. He caught me as my knees buckled, lifted me like I weighed nothing even though I was carrying 6 whole humans, and started running.
Please support us by subscribing to this channel if you love the gay community.
"Move," he shouted at the crowd. "Get out of the way." His father's men cleared a path to the door where a black limousine waited. Adrian laid me across the back seat, my belly enormous between us, and yelled at the D-Sunny to get to the hospital now. The limo peeled out, tires squealing. "I hate you," I gasped between contractions. "I know," Adrian said, and he looked terrified. "This is your fault." "I know. 6 babies, Adrian, 6. How is that even possible? You're apparently extremely fertile, congratulations." Another contraction ripped through me and I grabbed his hand, crushed it, felt bones grinding together and didn't care. "Breathe," he said stupidly. "I am breathing, you breathe. You're not pushing 6 humans out of your body." The hospital was 10 minutes away but felt like 10 hours. Adrian kept his hand in mine even though I was definitely breaking bones. Kept saying breathe and you've got this and I'm sorry. Sorry, like that word could fix 9 months of being alone and terrified and working 3 jobs until I physically couldn't anymore because my belly got too big to fit behind a register. We crashed through the ER entrance and nurses descended with a wheelchair. Adrian tried to follow but a nurse blocked him. "Are you the father?" "Yes," he said. "Then you're coming too. These are high-risk multiples and she'll need support." They wheeled me to a delivery room, transferred me to a bed, and suddenly there were doctors and nurses everywhere. "How many babies?" someone asked. 6, I panted. 6? The doctor looked at my chart. "Nobody told us 6. We need more staff. Page NICU. Get the warming stations ready." Everything became a blur of pain and pressure and voices telling me to push. Adrian stood next to my head in his wedding tuxedo, still holding my hand, and I could see him counting every time they pulled out another baby. It's a boy. 1. Another boy. 2. Girl. 3. Boy. 4. Girl. 5. Last one, another girl. 6. The room filled with crying, 6 different pitches of newborn wails, and I started crying too because they were here, they were real, they were mine. The nurses cleaned them quickly, wrapped them in blankets, and laid them in warming beds. Adrian stared at the 6 babies like he'd seen a ghost. They all had his dark hair, his sharp nose, his face in miniature. "They're mine," he whispered. "They're all mine." "No shit," I said, exhausted. A nurse came over with a clipboard. "We need names for the birth certificates." I hadn't thought about names, had been too busy trying to survive, so I just looked at them. Sunny, Sunny, and Storm for the boys. I said, Luna, Nova, and Star for the girls. The nurse wrote them down. Adrian was still staring. The door slammed open and his father walked in with 4 men in suits, and the air in the room changed instantly. "Get out," the doctor said. "This is a sterile environment. Those children have Moretti blood," Adrian's father said, ignoring her completely. "They're coming home with us." I tried to sit up, but my body wouldn't cooperate. "They're my children." "You're nobody," he said, voice flat and cold. "A one-night stand. A mistake. You have no claim on Moretti heirs." "Adrian," I looked at him, desperate. "Tell him." Adrian opened his mouth, closed it, looked at his father, looked at the babies. "Dad, we should talk about this." "There's nothing to talk about." His father pulled out papers from his jacket, legal guardianship, already filed with the court, signed by a judge who owes me favors. "You can't do that." I was screaming now. "Those are my babies. I carried them. Restrain him," his father ordered, and 2 of his men moved toward me. Adrian stepped between them and me. "Don't touch him." "Move, Adrian." I said, "Don't touch him." His father's face went dark. "You're choosing him over your family?" "I'm choosing my children." "Then choose," his father said quietly. "Him or your inheritance, the family business, the Moretti name, everything, choose right now." The room went silent except for 6 babies crying. Adrian looked at me, at the babies, at his father. I could see the exact moment he decided. "I choose the family," he said, voice hollow. Something inside me died. His father smiled. "Smart boy, now move." Adrian stepped aside. The men came for me, but a nurse injected something in my fore before I could fight, and the world went fuzzy. "No," I tried to say, but my tongue wouldn't work. "My babies, no, please." I watched through blurring vision as they unplugged the warming beds, started wheeling them out of the room. 6 babies, 6 little bundles, disappearing through the door. Adrian wouldn't look at me. His father stopped at the door. "If you contact my son or try to claim those children, you'll regret it." Then they were gone. The sedative pulled me under. When I woke up hours later in a recovery room, my arms were empty, my body was empty, and 6 bassinets that should have been next to my bed weren't there. A nurse came in and I grabbed her wrist. "Where are my babies?" "The father's family took them," she said gently. "They had legal papers." No, those are my babies." "I'm sorry. There was nothing we could do." I ripped the fore out of my arm, ignored the blood, swung my legs off the bed even though everything hurt, even though I just pushed out 6 humans and had stitches in places I didn't want to think about. "You need to rest." "I need my children." I made it 3 steps before my legs gave out. The nurse caught me, eased me back to bed, and I lay there sobbing because my babies were gone and Adrian had let them take them and I was alone again. My phone was on the bedside table and I grabbed it with shaking hands, found Adrian's number, called. It rang once then went to voicemail. He'd blocked me. I called again, blocked. Again, blocked. Threw the phone across the room and it shattered against the wall. A doctor came in, said something about recovery and monitoring and I needed to stay for observation. I didn't hear any of it. All I could hear was 6 babies crying and I wasn't there to comfort them. All I could feel was empty arms that should have been full. All I could see was Adrian's face when he chose his father over us. The doctor left and I stared at the ceiling and planned. They thought I was nobody, that I would just disappear. They were wrong. I was their mother, and I was going to get my babies back even if I had to burn down the entire Moretti Empire to do it. I discharged myself from the hospital 6 hours after giving birth because my babies were in a mansion across town and I was going to get them back. The nurse tried to stop me, said I was bleeding too much, said I needed rest, said I could die if the incisions reopened. I signed the papers that said I was leaving against medical advice and walked out in a hospital gown because someone had stolen my clothes. A taxi D-Sonny took one look at me, at the blood seeping through the gown, and almost refused the fare until I shoved $300 at him, everything I had left. Moretti Estate, I said, and drive fast. He drove. The mansion loomed behind iron gates, 3 stories of old money and older crimes, and security cameras tracked my approach. I pressed the intercom button. State your business, a voice crackled. I'm here for my children. No visitors without appointments. Those are my babies in there. The intercom went dead. I pressed it again, held it down, kept pressing until a guard came out. Leave or we call the police. Call them, I said. Call them and explain why you're keeping 6 newborns from their mother. The guard's hand went to his radio. I didn't wait, just pushed past him. Stumbled because my body was screaming, and ran for the fence. Ma'am, stop. I found a section where tree branches hung over, jumped for the lowest branch, missed, jumped again, caught it, hauled myself up even though my abdomen felt like it was tearing open. The guard was calling for backup. I climbed higher, swung my leg over the fence top, and dropped 12 feet to the other side. My legs collapsed on impact and I felt something pop inside, warm blood spreading. Didn't matter. Crawled to my feet, ran toward the house, and crashed through a first-floor window. Glass shattered around me, cut my arms and face, and alarms started blaring. I was in a library, leather books and mahogany furniture, and I could hear babies crying upstairs. My babies. I ran, left bloody footprints on white marble and found the stairs. Guards were coming from every direction. Made it to the 2nd floor, followed the crying, kicked open a door and found them. 6 cribs in a nursery bigger than my entire apartment. 6 babies crying, and Adrian sitting in a chair between them looking lost and exhausted. He jumped up when I burst in. Milo, what? Get away from them, I said. You're bleeding. I said get away. He backed up, hands raised. I went to the first crib, picked up Sonny, held him against my chest, and he stopped crying instantly. Then Sonny, then Storm, couldn't hold all 3, laid them on the floor, grabbed Luna, Nova, Star. 6 babies, I needed 6 arms. Adrian's father walked in with 4 guards. I told you not to come here, and I told you those are my babies. Remove him, he ordered. The guards moved forward and I put my body over the babies on the floor. Touch me and I'm pressing charges for assault, kidnapping, and whatever else I can think of. You signed away your rights. I signed nothing. Those papers are forged, and you know it. Adrian's father smiled, cold and cruel. Prove it, Adrian. I looked at him, desperate. Tell him the truth. Tell him you know those papers are fake. Adrian wouldn't meet my eyes. Adrian, please. They're your children. They're Moretti children. His father cut in. And you're nobody. You were just the incubator. I started laughing, couldn't help it because incubator like I was a machine and not a person who'd carried 6 lives inside me for 9 months. The guards grabbed my arms, pulled me away from the babies. All 6 started screaming. I fought, kicked, bit one guard's hand so hard I tasted blood. Let me go. Adrian took a step forward, stopped. His father turned to him. You want to say something? Don't hurt him, Adrian said quietly. Then he needs to leave. The babies need him. Listen to them. The babies need their family. He is family. He's their mother. He's an omega you fucked once while drunk. His father's voice was ice. He means nothing. Adrian flinched. I stopped fighting. Say it, I told Adrian. Say I mean nothing, Look me in the eyes and say it. He finally looked at me and I saw everything in his face. Saw that he wanted to fight for me, saw that he was too scared. You mean nothing, he said, and his voice broke on the last word. His father nodded to the guards. They dragged me out while I screamed, while 6 babies cried, while Adrian stood there and did nothing. Threw me out the front gate like trash. I landed on pavement, felt the stitches tear completely, and warm blood pooled under me. Lay there for 10 minutes before I could move. My phone was gone, shattered back at the hospital, but I found a payphone 2 blocks away. Called 911, told them about the kidnapping, about forged papers, about 6 babies stolen from their mother. Ma'am, do you have evidence? I gave birth to them 6 hours ago, but legal guardianship papers supersede. I hung up, tried a lawyer, 3 lawyers, 5 lawyers, nobody would take a case against the Moretti family. Sat on a bench outside a convenience store, bleeding through the hospital gown, and cried because I had nothing, no money, no home, no babies, nothing. A woman sat down next to me. Expensive clothes, designer bag, perfect makeup. You're the one from the wedding, she said. I looked up, recognized her, Sophia, Adrian's almost bride. Come to gloat. Come to help, she said, and pulled out her phone. I know what that family is. My father's been investigating them for 2 years. My heart stopped. Your father is Senator Harrison, and he has FBI connections, she said. Adrian destroyed my life today, humiliated me in front of everyone I know. Let's destroy his back. I don't want revenge. I want my babies. You can have both, she smiled, sharp and dangerous. The Morettis are under investigation for racketeering, money laundering, 12 other charges. All we need is testimony about the kidnapping to get a warrant. Testimony from who? You, she said. You testify that they forged guardianship papers and took your children by force. FBI raids the house, seizes the babies, arrests everyone, problem solved. Adrian gets arrested too. Yes, he's their father. He's also a criminal who let his family kidnap your children. I thought about Adrian's face when he held Sonny for the first time, the wonder in his eyes. Thought about him standing there while guards dragged me away. If I testify, what happens to the babies? Foster care temporarily, then custody hearing. Judge will likely give them to you. And Adrian goes to prison. For 5 to 10 years, probably. I looked at my hands, covered in blood and glass cuts. Thought about 6 babies growing up without either parent. Thought about them growing up in the Moretti world, learning to be cruel and cold like Adrian's father. When do we start? I asked. Sophia smiled. Right now. She made 3 calls. 2 hours later, I was in FBI offices giving a statement to agents who recorded every word. Showed them my hospital discharge papers, 6 birth certificates with my name as mother, proof that I'd never signed guardianship away. We can get a warrant by morning, the lead agent said. I want to be there, I said. When you get my babies. Ma'am, you need medical attention. I'll get it after. I stood up, swayed. I'm going. They tried to argue, but I'd already signed myself out of one hospital. I could do it again. Morning came. 6 FBI vehicles rolled up to the Moretti estate at dawn. I rode in the lead car, wearing clothes Sophia had bought me, cleaned up but still bleeding. The gates crashed open under a battering ram. Agents poured into the house. Adrian's father was in the foyer in a silk robe, screaming about lawyers and rights and how dare they. Vincent Moretti, you're under arrest, the lead agent said, and read him his rights while putting on handcuffs. Guards tried to fight, got tackled and cuffed. I ran upstairs to the nursery. Adrian was there, sleeping in the chair, 6 babies in cribs around him. He woke when I burst in, looked confused, then saw the FBI vests behind me and went pale. Milo, what did you do? I got my babies back, I said, and started checking each crib, making sure all 6 were okay. They were perfect, sleeping soundly. Adrian stood slowly. You called the FBI. Your father kidnapped my children. What did you expect? I'm going to prison. Yes. He absorbed that, nodded. Adrian Moretti, an agent said from the doorway. You're under arrest. They put him in handcuffs. He didn't fight, just looked at the babies, at me. Take care of them. I've been trying to, I said. You're the one who made it hard. They led him away. Child services came and took the babies. Said they'd be in temporary foster care until the custody hearing. I tried to argue, but an agent pulled me aside. You need surgery, you're bleeding internally. If you don't get to a hospital right now, you'll die. I need to stay with my babies. You need to live for your babies. Sophia appeared, took my arm. I'll watch them. I'll make sure they're placed together. I'll handle everything. Just go. The ambulance ride was a blur. Surgery was a blur. I woke up 2 days later in a hospital room with Sophia sitting next to the bed. The babies. Safe together. In a good foster home. I'm monitoring them personally. I closed my eyes, relief flooding through me. Adrian's father took a plea deal, she continued. He's going to prison for 20 years, gave up everyone in his organization. And Adrian? His hearing is tomorrow, she said carefully. His lawyer is pushing for leniency, arguing he was coerced by his father. Was he? Does it matter? I didn't answer because I didn't know. The custody hearing was a week later. I sat in a courtroom across from Adrian, who was out on bail, who looked exhausted and broken. His lawyer painted me as unstable, showed photos of me breaking into the mansion, covered in blood, claimed I was a danger to the children. My lawyer, provided by Sophia's father, countered with medical records, testimony from hospital staff, proof that I'd been a victim. The judge listened to everything, looked at both of us. These children need stability, she said. Mr. Moretti, you allowed your family to commit kidnapping. Your Honor, Silence. She cut him off. Ms. Chun, you put yourself at serious medical risk instead of using proper legal channels. My heart sank. However, the judge continued, the biological mother has priority. Temporary custody goes to Milo Chen. Supervised visitation for Adrian Moretti pending his criminal trial. Couldn't breathe. You're giving me custody? Temporary. We'll revisit in 6 months. Adrian's head dropped. Outside the courthouse, he caught up to me. Milo, wait. I turned. I'm sorry, he said. For everything, for the wedding, for my father, for not fighting hard enough. Your father took a plea deal, you're not going to prison. I know, my lawyer worked it out. Good for you. I want to be in their lives. I want to be their father. You'll get supervised visitation. I want more than that. You should have thought about that before choosing your family over ours, I said, and walked away. Picked up my babies from foster care that afternoon, all 6 of them, and held them for hours. They smelled like me again. They were home. Adrian showed up at my apartment 3 days after I brought the babies home. I opened the door to find him standing there with 6 car seats, 6 strollers, and enough baby supplies to stock a store. What is this? You need help, he said simply. I don't need your help. 6 babies, Milo, you can't do this alone. Watch me. I started closing the door. He stuck his foot in. Please, just let me help. I'm not asking to stay. I'm not asking for anything except to be useful. Sunny started crying inside. Then Sunny, then all 6 were screaming because they'd developed this terrible synchronized crying thing. Adrian heard it and his face cracked. Let me in, please, just for an hour. I was so tired I could barely stand. Hadn't slept in 3 days, and the babies needed changing and feeding, and I only had 2 hands. 1 hour, I said, and opened the door. He came in, saw my tiny apartment. 6 bassinets crammed into the living room, bottles and diapers everywhere, and didn't say anything judgmental. Just rolled up his sleeves and picked up Sunny and Sunny. Where's the changing table? Don't have one, I use the couch. He changed them both efficiently, faster than me, and I remembered he'd spent days alone with them in that mansion nursery. I grabbed Storm and Nova. Adrian got Luna and Star. We worked in silence, and 10 minutes later all 6 babies were clean and quiet. Bottles? He asked. I pointed to the kitchen where I had 6 bottles warming. We fed them together, 3 babies each, and it was the first time since bringing them home that I wasn't completely overwhelmed. When they all fell asleep, Adrian helped me put them in their bassinets. We stood there looking at 6 perfect sleeping faces. "Thank you," I said quietly. "Don't thank me. I should have been here from the start." "Yes, you should have. I know I chose wrong. I know I failed you. Failed them." His voice was thick. "I was scared of my father. Scared of losing everything I'd built." "You lost it anyway." "I did. Plea deal means I'm out of the family business. Disowned. My father's lawyers made sure of that." I looked at him properly for the first time, saw the cheap clothes instead of designer suits, saw the exhaustion that matched mine. "Where are you living?" "Motel downtown, it's fine." "It's not fine, you're their father. Legally, I'm a criminal awaiting sentencing." "Your lawyer said probation." 5 years probation, community service, and I have to testify against everyone my father worked with. He sat down heavily. "I'm basically signing my own death warrant. Every criminal in the city wants me dead." My stomach dropped. "You're in danger?" "Constantly, had 2 attempts already. FBI has me in witness protection." "Then why are you here?" "Because they're here, because you're here." He looked at me. "Because I'd rather die trying to be their father than live safely without them." One of the babies made a sound and we both tensed, but Nova just shifted in her sleep. "You can't keep coming here if people are trying to kill you. You'll put the babies at risk." "I know. So stop coming." "I can't." "Adrian, I'm in love with you," he said, and the words hit like a bomb. "I've been in love with you since that night, since before that night probably, and I tried to bury it with the wedding and the family obligations, but it didn't work. Couldn't breathe." "You don't love me, you were drunk." "I wasn't that drunk. I knew exactly what I was doing. I wanted you." He stood up, moved closer. "I've wanted you since we met at that stupid charity event 2 years ago." 2 years. "You were serving drinks. I was there with my father. You smiled at me and I forgot how to think. I remembered that night, remembered the handsome man in the expensive suit who'd actually said thank you. That was you. I came back the next month hoping to see you again, and the month after that, I must have gone to 50 events just trying to find you." "Then why marry Sophia?" "Because my father demanded it, because I'm a coward, because I thought I could have both." His voice broke. "I thought I could marry her for business and keep you as a secret and it would be fine." "So the bachelor party was me being selfish one last time before I locked myself in a loveless marriage?" He reached for my hand. "And then you got pregnant and I panicked because suddenly it was real. You were real, the feelings were real." I pulled my hand away. "You let your father take our babies." "I know. You chose him over us." "I know, and I'll regret it every day for the rest of my life." Tears were streaming down his face. "But I'm choosing you now. I'm choosing them. I'll choose you every day forever if you let me." Luna started crying, then Storm, then all 6 were awake and screaming. Adrian moved immediately, picking up 2 babies while I grabbed 2 more. We spent the next hour feeding, changing, rocking, and by the time they were all settled again, we were both exhausted. "You should go," I said. "I don't want to." "Adrian, I can't do this. I can't trust you." "Then let me earn it back." "How?" "However long it takes. I'll prove I'm different. I'll prove I choose you." My phone rang, unknown number. "Hello? Is this Milo-chin?" A woman's voice. "Yes. This is Agent Torres, FBI. We have a situation. Adrian Moretti's location was compromised. There are armed men heading to your address right now." My blood went cold. "What? Get out. Take the children, go now." The line went dead. Adrian was already moving, grabbing 3 car seats. "We need to go. You brought them here. You put my babies in danger." "I know. I'm sorry, we need to move." I grabbed the other 3 car seats, started strapping babies in with shaking hands. Storm was crying, sensing my panic. "It's okay, baby, it's okay." I lied. Glass shattered downstairs. Someone had broken in. "Fire escape," Adrian said, and grabbed 3 car seats. I took the other 3, we ran to the window, and Adrian kicked it open. The fire escape was rusted and narrow, barely room for both of us. Footsteps were coming up the stairs. Adrian went first, climbing down with 3 babies, and I followed with the other 3. My arms were screaming, the car seats were so heavy, and I was only 2 weeks postpartum, body still healing. We made it to the ground floor when gunshots exploded above us. Adrian shoved me behind a dumpster, covered my body and the babies with his. "Stay down," he breathed. More shots, closer. Sonny was screaming. Then they all were. "We need a car," I said. "Mine's 2 blocks away. We'll never make it. We have to try." He grabbed 3 car seats, I grabbed 3, and we ran. My incision felt like it was tearing, blood warming my jeans, but I kept moving because my babies needed me alive. Behind us, men were shouting. Adrian's car was a beat-up Honda, nothing like the luxury cars from before. He threw open the back, started strapping car seats in with speed that came from practice. I did the same on the other side. 6 babies, 6 car seats, barely fit. Adrian jumped in the D-Sonny's seat. I dove in passenger, and he peeled out as bullets hit the trunk. Oh my God! Oh my God! I couldn't stop shaking. "It's okay, we're okay. We're not okay. People are shooting at us. I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." He drove like a maniac, running red lights, taking corners too fast, and in the back 6 babies screamed. My phone rang again. "Agent Torres. Where are you?" "I don't know, Adrian's driving." "Put him on." I handed over the phone. Adrian listened, said understood 3 times and hung up. "There's a safe house, FBI protection. We'll be secure there." "How long?" "Until they catch the people trying to kill me. That could be months." "I know. I can't live in hiding with 6 babies." "I'm sorry." "Stop saying you're sorry and fix this." "I'm trying." He pulled into an underground garage, punched a code, and a door opened. Inside was a small apartment, FBI agents everywhere. They checked us in, swept us for tracking devices, and locked us in a 2-bedroom unit with 6 screaming babies and no supplies. "I'll get formula and diapers," an agent said and disappeared. Adrian and I stood in the middle of the room, 6 car seats on the floor, 6 crying babies, and looked at each other. "This is your fault," I said. "I know. I should hate you. You should. But I can't because they need you and I'm so tired, and I can't do this alone anymore." He moved closer. "You don't have to. I'm here. I'm not leaving. You might die. Then I die protecting them. Protecting you." Sonny's cries reached a fever pitch. We both moved, grabbing babies, and spent the next 2 hours getting everyone calm. The agent brought supplies, we fed all 6, changed all 6, and finally got them to sleep. It was 3 a.m. Adrian and I collapsed on the couch. "I meant what I said," he whispered. "I love you. Don't. I love you and I love them, and I'll spend the rest of my life making up for choosing wrong." I was too tired to fight. "If you choose wrong again, I'll kill you myself." "Deal." He reached for my hand. This time I let him take it. "Are we doing this?" I asked. "What?" "Being a family, the 7 of us. If you'll have me." I looked at 6 sleeping babies, thought about raising them alone, thought about Adrian holding them like they were his whole world. "Therapy," I said finally. "So much therapy, for both of us. I'll go every day. And you grovel constantly." "I'm excellent at groveling. And if you ever choose anything over these babies again, I won't. I swear on everything, you're my family now." Nova made a sound and we both tensed, but she just yawned. "We're really doing this?" Adrian asked. "We made 6 humans together, might as well raise them together." He smiled, first real smile I'd seen. "I'm going to make you so happy. You're going to make me exhausted. There are 6 of them. Then we'll be exhausted together." I leaned against him, felt his arm go around me, and closed my eyes. Outside, FBI agents guarded the door from people who wanted Adrian dead. Inside, 6 babies slept peacefully. And for the first time in 9 months, I wasn't alone. 3 months later, the FBI caught everyone, the threats ended, and we moved into a small house with a backyard. 6 cribs, 6 high chairs, 6 everything. Adrian proposed with a ring he'd bought with money from his new job as a mechanic, nothing fancy, just simple and real. I said yes. We got married at City Hall with 6 babies in matching outfits. No guests, no drama, just us. Sunny threw up on Adrian during the vows. Nova cried through the whole ceremony. Storm, Sunny, Luna, and Star slept through it. It was perfect. I love you, Adrian said. Ring on my finger. I love you too, I said, and meant it. Now let's go home. All 7 of us? All 7 of us. We loaded 6 babies into the minivan Adrian had bought, drove home, and spent the evening in comfortable chaos. That night, babies finally asleep, Adrian pulled me close. Thank you for giving me a second chance. Thank you for earning it. He kissed me, soft and gentle, and I kissed back. From the nursery, 6 baby monitors crackled to life, 6 babies crying in sync. We looked at each other and laughed. Your turn, I said. I did the last feeding. I pushed them out of my body. That was 3 months ago. Trauma doesn't expire. We both got up, went to the nursery, and took care of our babies together. The way it should have been from the start. The way it would be forever. The end.